Yeah, we're all good mates. We are on a WhatsApp group and there's plenty of banter flies around there. Oh, sorry mate, my phone's ringing again. Can I just get this one?
Yeah.
All right. Sammy, here you go mate. What, you want another winner? I've tipped you 3 in a row mate. You got to start picking them yourself. No worries, I'll speak to you later. Bye. That was just Sammy. He rings me up all the time asking for a tip and then he takes all the glory when he picks them on the radio.
That's so good. The task of curating the perfect track for back-to-back feature meetings within 24 hours is an unenviable task, but it is the task that Marty Synan and his team here at Mooney Valley undertake each year. Where each millimetre of grass equals precision, this is the story behind Marty Synan and his team at Mooney Valley for the Spring Carnival. All right, Marty, you've got the task of having back-to-back meetings, feature race meetings leading into a Cox Plate, which is about race 17 of a 2-day carnival. But it's not 2 days, it's night into day. How does the preparations go for that when you've got less time?
The boys do a really good job. I've got a great team behind me, so they work really hard over those 2 days. We get the first meeting out of the way and then we concentrate. We don't really worry about what's going to happen on the Saturday until we get the Friday night over and done with. So I generally try and have the track a little bit firmer for the Friday night, so if we don't get any rain I can put some irrigation on, and then if we do get some rain the track won't be too damaged for the Saturday meeting.
So speaking of rain, a couple of years ago it was the end of the world here on the Friday night. What was that night like for you and your team trying to get the track ready for the next day?
Yeah, that was a bit different. I think we'd ran about 5 races and then the storm hit. So the track was actually on a good that night, raced really well. And then we were trying to get the Manikato over and done with that night. And then we had that big crack of thunder and the lightning and the storm. So the decision was made then to move the Manikato to the Saturday, which made an 11 race card. But in saying that, the track wasn't too damaged from that, but we did then end up receiving 36 mil of rain from that time the races got called off till the first race on the next day. So the track was in that soft to heavy range, but I thought it raced over pretty good overall.
Now, you did say earlier that you had 6 months to prepare the track for the upcoming spring season. So what advantages does that give you and sort of what work is undertaken for those 6 months?
Yeah, there's a couple of advantages and disadvantages. We do our renovation in probably the wrong time of the year. We have to do it through winter, whereas like your Caulfields and that get to do theirs in the summer when the grass is really growing. So that's why we have the larger break. So the advantages are that we can do a really good reno and go really hard on the track to make sure it is right for the spring, knowing that we've got that time for it to recover from that.
So we're up here in the grandstand currently, just overlooking the valley. What makes this place so special?
Probably the amphitheatre of it. Like I said, I've been here for over 40 years. I love the place to death. I've got a great group of guys behind me. I've got 2 or 3 guys who get up there 40 years next year and then a couple other guys over 30 years. So might say I'm a good boss, so they enjoy working with me. But we are a bit of a family here. Really good bunch of guys. I've got a couple of young guys just come on board in the last couple of years, so we'll hopefully educate them through for the future of the club. I think it's just that excitement of that last 200 metres that makes it a special place.
So in the mounting yard here, it is one of the more special and unique mounting yards in Australian racing. It is a brilliant amphitheatre here as well. Talk to us about the 5 minutes before the Cox Plate. I suppose you're out there in your office, but what's that sort of feeling like? Because it's not just being a track manager, but it's a build-up, it's an anticipation thing.
Yeah, without a doubt. We have about an hour before the Cox Plate, and there's plenty goes on out the front. Like my guys set up all the stage and that for Daryl or whoever we got performing horses, and it just starts from there. Like once they sing that song, the crowd's just buzzing, and it is, like I said, it's the greatest 2 minutes of sport in the world. So it's a great race, our biggest race. So we make sure everything that we do is perfect for that. So yeah, it's very noisy out the front, and I think once these jockeys come out, they must get tingles up their spine as they come through the race.
These are the extra lengths that a track manager goes to get it perfect on race day.
Yes, exactly right. I've never cuddled the actual grass before though. I've walked on it, but I've never actually got down and cuddled it like this.
Is it a warm and loving feeling?
It is. It's a little bit dewy, but it's in pretty good order.
So Marty, we're down at the track now. You've got an interesting tool in your hand here and you're saying that it's replaced the penetrometer.
Yeah, so back in the days we used to use the penetrometer to rate the track. This tool here actually does the penetrant and the shear, which gives you an overall, which is what the punters see when we give the overall rating. And the shear the penetrant does the penetrant, which is the firmness, and the shear does the root strength, which is a really good tool for us because if you have any diseases or that, it lets you know that the track's not at its best. I'll just show you how it works and we'll go from there. So we do a reading on the first metre, so we just push it in, and then you pull it back, and then we do another one 5 metres off, so you get an average. Yep. And then I'll just show you here, which the punters can't see, it's come up at 8.5. So an 8.7 is a soft 5, so okay. That's kind of gives you a guide, it's near that soft 5 range.
I also like how it says push into ground.
Yeah, it tells us actually what to do, so you can't make too many mistakes.
We've got another tool here, Marty. What are we using this time?
Yeah, this is our moisture reader. So what we do on every day, nearly leading up to a race meeting, over the years, we've probably got the data now to say that if the track's like 20 to 25% moisture, it's in the good range. If it's 25 to say 30, it's in the soft range, and then higher than that, it's in the heavy.
So we have a look at just different patches of grass and turf, shall we say. So we've got like the MCG, Flemington, Royal Randwick, Royal Ascot. Do you get grass or lawn envy, shall we say, when other places are in pristine nick?
Yeah, I do actually. It's amazing what they do at those sports stadiums, but in saying that, they've only got humans running on it. We have 500 kilo horses running on our tracks, and the damage we get after a meeting is a lot more than what they get with a few footballers and cricketers running around. So
take out the Valley, because that's the clear number one. What is your favourite track or piece of turf around the world?
If you want to go for racetracks, I think it's between Flemington and Royal Ascot. I think they're the two biggest tracks in the world. I mean, Royal Ascot Carnival is just amazing. We're heading over there next year, so I'm looking forward to that. And probably from a sports field, I'd say you couldn't go past the MCG. You know, it's probably one of the greatest sporting venues in the world, and I know the guys there do a great job as well.
All right, Marty, we're going to do a bit of grass trivia, shall we say. So I'll get you to hold the microphone, and I'm going to show you a couple of racetracks from around the world, and let's see if you can guess it from the over-the-top profile.
No worries, Alex. I'll see how I go. Randwick. That's my second track I look after, Flemington. Happy Valley. Oh, that's a tricky one. Is that the Curragh?
Nailed it.
I'm going all right.
Yep. And finally?
Jesus, this is a hard one.
The Mooney Valley of England, we call it.
Is that Chester?
Chester.
Yes.
Look at that. Absolutely nailed it. Wouldn't expect anything less from a track manager. So, Marty, we're in your office for a race day. Now, what do you do and what goes on in this room during your race day?
So I do a bit of socialising and trying to back a winner. I like to get in here. I invite a few friends in on Cox Plate Day, you know, to come in and use my office. But this is where the unplaced jockeys come in and weigh in after the race, and the steward does the all clear, and then it's all done. So yeah, good little room to be in, especially if it's raining. It is. I'd rather them than the digital. The reason why is my weight can only go to 89 kilo. That's the highest, but on those they're digital, so they can go up to 100, which is what my weight is.
So I've just got back in my time machine. It is Cox Plate Day on 2021. Hamish McLaughlin is sticking his head under there trying to get the scoop. I've gone back in time. Anamo's getting the protest. Therefore, back-to-back winner of the Cox Plate is Anamo. So we're in the jockeys and scales room here at the Valley. Sort of take us through what happens here on a race day.
Yeah, so all the jockeys come in to check in, and they hand their phones in over there to one of the old guys, because in National they have their phones on, and they sign in. They put their saddle on there for the next race, and then the trainer will come and pick the saddle up and go and saddle the horse up.
So here in the females jockeys room, we've got our own co-worker here, Katie Mallion, in the background winning her Group 1, but this is where the ladies sit during the day.
Yeah, they do. Get a bit of a refurb for our jockeys room just to get us through to the redevelopment. We do get a lot more female jockeys now, so we just made it a bit bigger for them.
So just give us a rundown of what the jockeys have here on offer on race day.
Yeah, so they've got very similar to the girls. They've got the spa, the ice baths. They also have a sauna, which we don't have one in the females, but I think some of the girls might come in early before race if they need to have a sauna.
So Marty, take us through this room, because if the walls could talk, having a look at the photos behind us.
Yeah, so this is a room that we put in for the jockeys where they get fed, and if they just want to have a bit of a break, as you can see behind us, we've got this photo wall, which the girls who work here as casuals take photos, and these go back from back in the 1980s, some of these photos. So there's a few famous jockeys on the wall and staff as well. I think I've got my buffet in there somewhere as well.
A massive thank you to Marty Synan and the team here at Mooney Valley for today, taking us through their preparations for the Spring Carnival. With thanks to our friends at Racing Victoria, make sure you tune into the remainder of this series as we talk to participants and they let us know how they spring.